It is the end of another month and the beginning of another Postdoc vlog. Hello and welcome to the Postdoc vlog. My name is Iris. I'm a postdoc at University of Leeds, although that statement is not true for that much longer. Actually, this month I haven't been doing a lot of postdocing because this was the last month of employment at the University of Leeds, which I chose myself. I decided to end the contract, so I was in a very, very, very fortunate, lucky position to do so, because I have another job lined up. I've only done about 1 week of work this month, actually, because I had a lot of annual leave stashed up. So let's start with the very small to-do list I had for that 1 week of work that I had left. This is what it looks like, nice and small. I did most of the things that I needed to do. I basically wrapped up the projects I had going in Leeds for as much as possible, just because before a big holiday you just want to wrap up as much as possible so that you can then enjoy the holiday and not think of work, which is difficult, but you know. So I wrapped up my postdoc project in Leeds. We were working on the revisions for the Geodynamics 101 paper, asked for an extension because I'm not going to work on that on the holiday. Did some small bits and bobs. Had a last meeting with my supervisor in real life. How exciting. I think that was the 4th or 5th time we met in real life since March 2020. So that was exciting. There is one thing that is still continuing even though I am on leave, which is my master's student, because he has a project that needs to be handed in August, and I will still be on leave in August as well. So I thought it was really unfair to just say, well, you know, good luck with analyzing all of the data and writing everything. I'm out. And the other supervisors don't have any experience with modeling, so I really am the person who can do that. So I just calculated in that I would have time that I would spend on managing this master student project. So we've been meeting about once a week, which has been fine. It's been really chill. This is not a part of my job that gives me stress, so happy to do it. But apart from that small work thing that is still going on, and of course I'm checking some emails. Is that really work? I have been having a holiday, I promise. The last day of my work, I took the train in the evening, went to Oxford, where I have a lot of friends, colleagues. I find it hard to draw the line. Spent a few days there, then I went to Birmingham to see a friend/colleague, and then I went to London for a few days to actually have a holiday, go to lots of theatre, and also go to the uni to see a friend/colleague. I know I have a problem. It was very fun to see some colleagues, because obviously you would see these people at conferences during a normal year. Some I hadn't even met ever in real life. We just met through the online conferences and then we hit it off, and now we met for the first time. Others I hadn't seen in 6 years. It was great. But the reason I went there and I went to see all these people and these different universities is because I had this idea of a series for this YouTube channel that I was really excited about, and I thought, you know, I have annual leave now, I have time off, I can actually try and make it happen. So that's what I've been doing. This is why I have been meeting up with people at different universities, talking to them, filming the interviews, and you will see that soon. And then in London, I went to see 7 different shows. I know, excessive. Some of the highlights included seeing Romeo and Juliet at the Globe. The Globe is Shakespeare theatre, or it's a replica of the theatre as it would have looked like in Shakespeare's time. And Romeo and Juliet is my favorite Shakespeare play. I can quote vast amounts of it. I read it to myself out loud and play the different characters more times than I would care to admit. It just happens every few months and I'm like, oh, let's do a scene from Romeo and Juliet. Anyway, that was great. It was such a cool interpretation of Romeo and Juliet. It's not so focused on the romance of Romeo and Juliet as well as on the severe mental health issues they both clearly have, because obviously, spoiler alert, they kill themselves in the end. And then in the evening, to kind of balance the severe depressive mood that Romeo and Juliet said, I went to Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which was much happier. Other highlights included a musical, Be More Chill. I didn't know anything about this musical, but I just went because I thought, well, you know, let's try new things. It was one of the best things I saw that week. I think it was the best musical I saw for sure. And I've since been obsessed with it. And the key number, the 11 o'clock number, the show stop upping number is Michael in the Bathroom, and I have been obsessed with it. So next week, if all goes well, I will do a postdoc version of that. Keep your eyes peeled. And then the last thing that really was a standout that week was a play called Constellations, and I would class that as a science play in the sense that science is an integral part of the play. It's not didactic, it's not educational, but the play lives and breathes sciences. As a scientist and a lover of theater, I was really intrigued by how that would work and if it would be fun or enjoyable, entertaining, because I think that is just a perfect form of science communication, because you are communicating science, but people aren't going there for the science. So I like the idea of a science play, and it was glorious. I know it was the best thing I saw that week. In particular, this play is about quantum physics. Well, it's not about quantum physics, but it lives and breathes quantum physics. One of the characters is a quantum physicist, the other is a beekeeper, and the structure of the play very much reflects the idea in quantum physics of the multiverse. And it's done so well, and it was so fun. It was much more fun than I thought it would be. So, I will continue with my holidays, which basically means I will edit this and not feel guilty about doing it during work time. I will see you in the next postdoc vlog when I've probably started working again. Bye! It is the end of an era in my bedroom, because I didn't really go to the University of Leeds that much due to this thing called a pandemic. I don't know if you heard of it.